Okay, Megan, Mega Vintage, check this out. I want you to lower that to 8 to 11 ounces. I got all kinds of stats and facts, and it's because I've literally polled people, okay? Again, 70% of buyers on this app are less likely to swipe and bid on their first item and purchase their first item if they have to endure the $9.21 shipping cost up front. So what I've done is I've reduced the cost of their first item when it comes to shipping. When it comes to shipping on my shows, you only have to endure like $5.50 for your first purchase. The second purchase is like $4, and then they're into free shipping. You want to entice people, like come here and bid on your first item. This is going to be good. Trust me. We're only $5.50 shipping here. And then when they get that free shipping, 95% of buyers are going to stay in your room, keep swiping and bid more often and purchase more items. So if I was you, I would brand your business and your logo. I would move to 8 to 11 ounces on your shipping. And I hope this information helped you. Great question. Is my seller name offensive? Encore Sales? Is that what you're asking me? Is your name? Remember the book, To Run as a Giveaway. Okay, I got you. BZ, did you see Hustle Flips? He wants me to run a book as one of my giveaways. You can just title it Book Givey. Guys, go follow Doghouse Pickers. Doghouse Pickers is going to be a seller in season 1, the next 6-figure seller. Season 1, the next 6-figure seller, starting in January, only on Whatnot. Doghouse Pickers is going to be one of those sellers, and I believe he's going to be really good at it too. Once I buy my logo from you, what is the best way to promote? EMC, there's so many ways that you can promote your brand and your logo. One of them, and it's free, just be active on Whatnot in people's chats. Every time you say something in someone's show, that's your brand and your logo. You're marketing it. You're advertising it. You see Hope's Heavenly Warehouse. She just dropped a bunch of hearts. She didn't even say anything. She just dropped a bunch of heart emojis. Advertisement, marketing. It was free. You're showing up. You're showing up. More people see it. More people are seeing it with their eyes. Your eyes, their eyes. And then they start thinking, I've seen Tiny the Artist in Corey's shows. I've seen Tiny the Artist in Zila shows. I've seen Tiny the Artist in Inga shows. And the more times that you're around in other people's shows, just commenting and giving off good energy and spreading love and just being a part of the community, that's free marketing, that's free branding, that's free advertising. It's free. Just be active in the community. Another wonderful way to do such is to purchase sponsorships and bless the chats. So you can go into like Inga's show or my show or other people's shows, Joe Hollywood, whatever. You know, there's plenty of other sellers doing it on here. You can go in there and, I mean, sometimes the sponsorships are like, I know Michelle Deals, a fabulous seller on this app. She has sponsorships for like $8. You go into her show and she'll shout you out for like $8. Some are 10, some are 20, some are 100. You know what I'm saying? So I would just maybe play it smart, go into somebody's show and see how passionate and active their chat is with the seller and see how the seller is shouting you out. And if you think, oh man, I got to pay $100 and they're only going to shout me out for 1 second, it may not be worth it, right? But, you know, I would just play it smart and see what works best for you. Do you think my logo should look completely different than, or keep it as it is so people, you got a logo, that's better than nothing. I'm trying to click on you here. I like your logo. It's very similar to hubby's. Guys, go follow Hustle Flips. This is a free book. Hustle Flips bought a book and gave it back to the chat. I don't know if I missed a raid, and I know E&A just bought, Sugar Siren just bought a sponsorship. E&A, one of my favorite sellers on this app, just bought a sponsorship. I appreciate y'all coming in. Hustle Flips, go follow Hustle Flips, y'all. Hustle Flips is also in season 1, the next 6-figure seller. So be on the outlook for Hustle Flips. I think he's going to do a fabulous job as well. Can you claim shipping costs as an expense? Absolutely. No, BZ. No. I just did it for Pirate. EMC, absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, Pappy? What's the next 6-figure seller? So what's up, our storage units? Another wonderful seller on this app. So our storage units, I wanted to try to create something new and something fresh, right? And I think people really enjoy things like The Voice, American Idol, and shows kind of like that where there's a bunch of people that get together and then they start seeing who's the best by breaking them down little by little and then kind of having like a championship round or whatever. So that's kind of similar to what I'm doing for the next 6-figure seller. I'm trying to help newer sellers with a larger platform because I'm going to be rating into each seller. So I'm picking 32 sellers, and I've gone around and I've dove into some people's shows, and I just sit there and watch them for a little bit. I feel the energy and trying to see if they're doing this full time. What does their logo look like? Their branding, their business. Are they taking this serious? Are they trying to do this full time? So I'm picking 32 sellers that have 4,000 or a few followers and that are trying to take Whatnot very seriously. And they're going to compete in a competition to see who can sell the most in dollars, the most in items, and the most first-time purchases. In the first round of 32, they will compete for 25 minutes each. And then in the second round of 16, they will compete for 35 minutes each. And then in the final championship round, there will be 8 sellers that compete for 55 minutes each. And the winner is going to get an invitation to compete with people like me and Donkey Dad and Inga in Whatnot Mania 9 in March. Also, you're going to get bragging rights to be crowned season 1, the next 6-figure seller. These sellers, all 32 of them, will be in front of hundreds and hundreds of people because I'm going to be rating them. I'm going to be talking about this for the next month. So it's going to be a great opportunity for many younger sellers to kind of get their face in front of many other people on this app, new buyers and stuff. And I'm also, there's 19 left. If you want to sponsor one of the shows, you can sponsor the next 6-figure seller show. You will get shouted out in the introductions. You will get shouted out in the final scores, the closing, and you will get shouted out in one of the shows for like 25 minutes. So that's going to be super fun. And those sponsorships are down there at the bottom of your show. Have I ever had stage fright? Sure. I ran for governor of Texas and I had to speak in front of hundreds of people before. Being nervous is kind of normal, especially when you first start doing something. But when you do something more often, you get used to it and it just becomes a thing. And, speaking right now in front of whether it's 50 people or 250 people, it's just the same to me. So, yeah, I ran for governor of Texas. No, my mom says, no, he hasn't. Mom, you're not in my shoes. Is it possible to make a tag that will notify us all that shows in... Is it possible to make a tag that will notify us all the shows that is in the competition? So my tag, I will pin it to the bottom of the, so like here, check this out. So this bat call right here, I call it, or the lion call, we'll call it the lion call right here. Every time that I'm gonna, like when I get rated from the seller who's competing, I'll pin this to the bottom of the screen so people will get notified that we're about to go into to the next seller. Yeah, don't swipe on that. But anyways, so if you guys bookmark this below, and this, if you want to get notified every time I go live, every time I run a good giveaway like this $50 gift card from E&A Warehouse, or when I run my buyer's giveaway, or if you want to be included every time that we're about to raid one of the six-figure seller shows. What is 69? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Anyways, you can get notified by bookmarking that down below. How can I be a part of the first six figures? You're more than welcome to send me a message. I have a couple spots left, and I'm being extremely picky. I will also need some backups. And then also, if you don't make this round, there's always going to be season 2. And so I can keep you for the next round as well, as long as you're still below 4,000 at that time. What's the date? So I'm going to be announcing the lineup on December 22nd, and then those sellers will have about a month to prepare and to source items for the first round of competition, which will be January 19th. And then we're going to do the second round the same week, but on Friday, January 23rd. And then the final 8 sellers will have 2 weeks to prepare and to source for the championship round, which is going to be February 3rd. So anyways, that's if you want to get notified for any of that. Okay, RS storage units. That was a good question, and I'm glad I got to explain it again. So, but that is below. We only have 14 left. Damn, I sold all those already. Don't you have to put a number of items for each flat rate box because it's bundled? No. Mine did it, and it bundled 3, and she only paid. So when I do my shipping, like when I go and I list something under what weight it is, I never use one of my own shipping settings that limit the number of items that can go into a box. I never ever limit the number of items that you can go into a box, because what you're doing is you're telling Whatnot, let's just say you created your own shipping profile and you only want 5 items going into a box. Let's just say Linda orders 15 items from you. Linda's going to pay for the first 5, and you're going to pay for the next 5 in another box, which is $9.21. And then you're going to pay for another 5 that is going into another box for $9.21. And you don't want that to happen. That's going to be way too much money. What you want to do is you want to allow everything to go into one order. It doesn't matter if it's 69 freaking items. You want it all to go into one order. And you want to be the decider on what is going to be unbundled on the back end. Okay, time out real quick, y'all. That's a $50 gift card from one of my favorite sellers on this app. Did everybody here go follow E&A Warehouse? Can you type an E in the chat if you followed E&A Warehouse, or if you are following E&A Warehouse? You guys do not want to miss what E&A is selling, y'all. He is one of the larger sellers in our category and a phenomenal dude. And he's going to be on Whatnot Mania and the Giveaway Wars coming up in January. He's a 5-star seller, over 19,000 5-star reviews, which is ridiculous, y'all. Like, a lot of people don't even have 19,000 followers. Dude's got 19,000 5-star reviews. He's sold over 127,000 items and has 44,000 followers. One-time Whatnot champion for Whatnot Mania, and a one-time champion for the Giveaway Wars as well. So an excellent seller. If you're not following E&A Warehouse, you're missing out on just really good items. He's always bringing heat up there. From New Hampshire. So follow-up. Do you end up having... And great customer service. And okay, follow up. Do you end up having to cover any shipping costs based on your settings? Yes, you do. Yeah, absolutely. You have to cover some shipping cost. Okay, but if you are thinking short-term money and you're worried about that, you're going to miss out on a lot of long-term money. Okay, a lot of people are going to be small money-minded people are worried about, oh, I got to pay $2 extra for this shipping. Oh, I got to pay $4 extra for to ship this box. But you're missing the bigger money picture and the long-term picture. There's going to be a lot less people in your show, a lot less bids, and a lot less money over the long term. So yeah, you're going to have to cover some shipping costs. There's no question about that. Corey, I paid $90 in shipping or more for a sell of $900. Think something wrong? Eureka. I would say this, Eureka. If I shipped that same show, I probably wouldn't be paying $90. But let me tell you something. You sold $920 because you had reduced shipping, and you were most likely using my 8 to 11 ounce method, correct? You were doing reduced shipping and 8 to 11 ounces, I assume, because you're in here quite often. Okay. Are you okay with selling $1,000 and covering $90 in shipping? You did a $1,000 show, and you only had to pay $90 in shipping. That is good. Okay. The more times you do shipping, you're going to figure out how to reduce that $90. Okay. And I know you do storage units, and so you got some random ass items from 5 pounds to like big items to whatever. So $90 ain't that bad. Now, if I shipped that same show, I know some tips, hints, and tricks on how to make that shipping go down even more. But yeah, I would say if you're doing $1,000 and you only have to pay, and I mean, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Do you like sudden death? I do. I use it often, but there's a strategy in why I use it. I won't use it all the time. Time out, guys. Time out. Did everybody here go to thesuburbanbish.com and vote? Most informative, best community supporter, whatnot seller of the year, funniest, best YouTube channel, best thumbnail, best moderator of the year, thesuburbanbish.com. You got 2 days left to vote. 2 days. I'm trying to bring home some patches for the pride. Okay. What up, Coda? Thank you guys for voting. What's 8 to 11 ounce method? Okay. I'm patient. 8 to 11 ounces is a method that I use to entice people to bid sooner, to purchase their first item faster, and be more comfortable, being in my room and not having to pay $9.21 up front. Because there are sellers on this app, and I used to be one of them, that I would put my listings at like 1 pound or 3 pounds or 4 pounds. I would do the actual weight, and it would slow me down, and I would sell less items. And I would also have less people swipe on their first item because they had to endure the $9.21. Who wants to pay $9.21 for shipping on a pair of jeans? Not many people. So if you make that pair of jeans 8 to 11 ounces, that means it's only $5 for shipping, and they're a lot more likely to swipe on that item. Oh, I know it works. What up, Cornerstone? Terry, can I promote my train this week? You just did. If you want to promote, there's you can go into the buy it now and purchase a sponsorship. Does this apply to jewelry? So I would never go up in weight, but if I was running a jewelry show only, or a coin show only, or a sports card show only, where I was selling 2 or 3 sports cards at a time, I would only go down in weight. So maybe 3 ounces, maybe 4 to 7 ounces, something like that. I would only go down. I would never go up. Never go up. Do you use flat rate boxes? Medium flat rate boxes and large flat rate boxes are my best friend. They're absolutely my best friend. Let me see if I can show you guys something real quick. I don't even know if it'll be in my camera. No, it won't be. Shit. And I know I didn't text anybody yet. Nope. It won't. Hold on real quick, y'all. Run this giveaway. I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to be back in 5 seconds. Hold on a second. I want to show you a picture. Okay. Okay. This is one of the shows that I did in Florida, and this is only half of the shipping, but this is the boxes. What do you see there? A lot of USPS, flat rate, medium, and large. Okay? That's a typical shipment from me when it comes to like what packages I use. Okay? A lot of medium and large flat rate boxes. It's free. And then if I'm sticking stuff in a medium and a large flat rate box, I never have to worry about the measurements. I never have to worry about weighing anything. It creates people to purchase more. True. Could my husband spend $500 on stickers to get me to 1,000 sales? Don't judge me. Sure. Yeah, he could. What you could do is put something in the buy it now for $1 and run a flash sale at 90%, and then it's 10 cents to purchase. And if you use the first class method for shipping, then it's really cheap. But just remember, he can't purchase those stickers all at one time. They have to be individual purchases. Like if you go and you purchase 100 stickers, 100 quantity, it's going to be count as one item purchased. You have to do it individually, like purchase. You're welcome. Yeah, separate purchases. What's up, Blackbird? What are you doing, Blackbird? When's your next show? I have set up shipping profiles as you showed for 1 to 3 ounces or 4 to 7 ounces. My items labels printed as ground advantages. Why am I not getting priority? Probably because it weighs less than 1 pound. If you're setting up 1 to 3 ounces and somebody orders four items from you, it's going to be ground advantage. You purchased a sponsor on this show or like for the next 6-figure seller? What up, Nate? Let me show you something, okay? You like the jacket? That's from Zila. Okay, so check this out. This show for the next 6-figure seller. If you purchased the next 6-figure seller sponsor, then you're going to be shouted out during that next 6-figure seller show, and you're going to represent one of the sellers. Cool, and I do appreciate that, Blackbird. We're gonna shout you out. We're gonna shout you out at the beginning of that show when I introduce people. We're gonna shout you out during one of the sellers shows for 25 minutes, and then we're gonna shout you out at the end when the final comes, and you're gonna be in somebody's notes, show notes as well. Okay, so check this out, y'all. I'm going to kind of answer somebody's question, okay? So let's just say you're using really low weights. Okay, so like check this out. This right here says 8 ounces. This says 8 ounces, okay? So this is going to be a ground advantage label because everything that's under 1 pound is automatically ground advantage. Everything between 1 and 5 pounds is going to be automatically priority. You can't do priority mail for less than 1 pound, and you can't do ground advantage for 1 to 5 pounds. It just doesn't exist. Now, if you get over 5 pounds and you're using my shipping method, then it's automatically going to be in the flat rate label, but you can switch out and go to ground advantage if it doesn't fit in a flat rate. Okay. Now, let me show you something. Let's just say you sold something, because this happens sometimes. You sell one item and it's 11 ounces and it actually weighs 4 pounds. Okay. So let me slow down here. Okay. If you're using my shipping method of 8 to 11 ounces on every single item, sometimes what happens is, yes, somebody buys one item and it's listed at 11 ounces, but it actually weighs, let's just say, 2 pounds, right? Okay. You're going to have to go over here and edit the shipment, and you're going to have to go over here and put in 2 pounds. And that is going to change it to priority mail. Okay. That is going to change it from ground advantage to priority. So there's that. You're welcome. Yeah. Here's another shipping. What'd you say, Nick? Can you send me any information? Yeah, I got you, Nate. I'm gonna announce everybody I'm gonna announce the 32 sellers a week from tomorrow. I think that's December 22nd. And when I do that announcement, Nate, then I'm gonna invite everybody into a chat. I'm gonna give the bookmark, the thumbnails. I'm gonna give everybody a detailed description of what's going on. And then I'm also going to do a show here on Whatnot. And I'm going to hopefully you guys attend it, because another thing with this is I'm going to try to help everybody out to the best of my ability to get tips, hints, and tricks on how to sell things for higher dollars, how to sell more items, and how to entice first-time buyers, so everybody gets a little bit more information to try to make this event a little bit better. Does that make sense? I'm going to basically do a show here on Whatnot. I'm going to invite all 32 of you to the show and give you tips, hints, and tricks. It's like Gordon Ramsay on the fucking Hell's Kitchen, or the next chef, or whatever the damn show is, and he's helping people be better chefs, right? I'm going to try to help you guys be better sellers, sell more shit, okay? Because we want this to be a good event, and so I'm going to try to do my best of my ability to help out. Okay. I want an invite. Okay. Celebrity. Yes. Thank you for the purchase. You got 2. Let's go, Cornerstone. I love you, sister. Thank you for always supporting me. I appreciate that. This shit needs to be on Netflix. It's on Whatnot only. You got to tune in here. I think it's going to be super fun. I think people are just going to be like really interested in it. I think what we've created is a monster. Reduced shipping setup. I already kind of went over that. If you missed all of my shipping information, you're more than welcome to purchase this sticker below, and you can rewatch the last hour and a half, and you can rewatch what is going to be shown in the future on this show. Okay. So, for $3, you can watch the whole video receipt back and forth. It's going to be, it's the next 6-figure seller is going to be kind of cool. I think people are going to dig it. It's going to be one of those things that people just want to like kind of watch and be in the know. So if I have it set up like you showed us, then I'm good. Yes, but I don't know if you set it up correctly. You know what I'm saying? If you set it up correctly and you set your settings up like me, I believe you have a better chance to sell more items and sell more and make more money. I do believe that. Yes. Can a new label be created after items have shipped? You can. So if you print that label and haven't shipped it, you can create a new label. But once it's been scanned and cycled through, you're probably going to have to contact seller support at whatnot.com to get that label. But anyways, package intercepted through USPS. That happened to several of my packages, but it took about 2 weeks for them to get moving again. How much would you charge me to go over my books? What do you mean your books? What's up, holy crap? Taxes? I would say get a really good accountant or a CPA, one that doesn't necessarily like the government, one that's going to work for you and not for them. Is there a way to get on your list for the new seller show? Send me a message. Just send me a message. I'll kind of look over everything and probably pop into one of your shows and see what's going on. I think I have 3 or 4 spots left. Cornerstone, you got way more than 4,000 followers. You can't be in it. Salty Sisters! When will you announce the lineup for the next 6-figure seller? Patience, Corey. Patience. I know you've answered this question 5 times already, but we can do it again and just be good with it. Okay. It's going to be December 22nd. It's going to be December 22nd. We will announce this. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully you can take my sarcasm and it'd be just fine. But yeah, we answered that question several times, and it's okay. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. It's going to be December 22nd. Yep. EMC knows and my show's been posted. If you go to my profile, the show has been posted for December 22nd. Did you say what the requirements are? Patience, Corey. We discussed this. It's fine. They're asking the same question again. Yeah, we definitely discussed this. Basically, the main requirement is 4,000 or fewer followers at this current time that I make contact. Of course, there's also other things that are going to be going into it. Okay. And how do you make your logo fit your banner? You can't really make your logo fit your banner. I guess it's how you make your logo to fit your banner. There's no way to adjust it per size or anything. Swipe a Still. Are you guys all following Swipe a Still? I love her. She's so sweet and so nice. What's up, Swipe a Still? Did you have a question? Am I missing something? Did you boobs me a minute ago? You did. With the sponsorship running on me right now, can I? Yeah, absolutely. Swipe a Still. Promote away. If your name is pinned here at the bottom and Beezy has you pinned, that's your chat. You do what you want to do. You let people know if you like walks on the beach, if you're freaking a Virgo, if you're a Gemini, whatever the case may be, you let people know when your next show, when your train rate is, whatever. That's my type. Bro, I got bad vertigo. If your dog farts, you know the deal. You're a Virgo? That's cool. I'm a race car. Great. I've never heard of that one before. Thought on show notes. I think the show notes can be very beneficial. I think that's something I lack, and I probably need to be a little bit better at is show notes. I wouldn't create show notes that they're like a book and it takes people forever to read. I would present your show notes kind of similar to your bio, short, sweet, and bullet points. Polar Express raid train this Friday. We will still have spots available. If you'd like to jump on the seller, message me. Did you guys see that? All you sellers in here that are looking to, get some new followers and sell some stuff and be a part of something, you might want to go message Swipe a Still and ask to get on her raid train. If I was you, I would. People know me by my name. Should I change it? Let me check you out here. Ninum, dude, girl, what? Hold on a second. What is your name? Nina Moshi? Did I say that right? Nina Moshi. Tell me I said that right. I feel like a genius. I know I didn't say that right. It's a Chippewa word. Like native? Like Indian tribal? That's kind of cool. They call me Nini. Okay. So I'm just going to be honest with you because that's all I know how to be. I think your name is not easy to read. And so I don't think it's make or break. I don't think it's like make or break. Like this is your moment of failure or success. But to me, it's hard to read. And so it's going to be less likely rememberable. Like it's going to be harder for people to remember and to call you by your name. I would change it. Maybe put Nini. Why not Nini? And always remember that Whatnot uses lowercase for your names. Isn't that much easier to read than the name that you have? Let's try that. Ni. I mean, this is what I would do. I would be typing it out to see what it looks like. Is that easy to read? Nini's World? I think Nini is much easier. The real world doesn't break down like that. The real word. Yeah, I don't know. I would say come up with something simple and easy to read. If you do such, it's easier for people to remember. There you go. I like thrift there. Nini's World. Nini's _ world. Simple and catchy. Yeah. And if I was you, Nini, wow, all the suggestions. Thank you. You're very welcome. That's what we do. We help people out. And if I was you, Nini, I just followed you back and I just bookmarked your first show, okay? Nini, if I was you, I would get a logo. Whatever you make your name, brand your business, okay? I see your selfie there. Get rid of the selfie, get a logo, brand your business, create a banner. At least your bio's easy to read. It's not short, but it's easy to read. It's organized. I would create more than one show too. That way, when you go live and you do your first show, people are bookmarking the other shows that you have coming. You should have like a minimum of 10 shows scheduled, and you can create 10 shows all at one time rather than creating 10 shows individually. When you create one show, you can create 10 all at once. There's a reason why I had 600 bookmarks today. And it's not because I just created the show like 2 weeks ago. It's because this show's been sitting there for like 3 months and people have been bookmarking it for the last 3 months. I took your advice, totally rebranded, even changed my name. You were really nice. You said I knew I needed totally revamp. Well, I like your name, Chapter 2. Very, very easy to read. Very easy to remember. And I love your logo. And I love your banner. And your bio's good too. You did very well. Love the logo. Love the banner. Love the name. Very easy to read. I love how you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 shows scheduled. Schedule another 10. And you're in the correct category as well. Vintage decor. It's the main category. That's where you should be. Your next show has 31 bookmarks. You go. You go. What's up, beaters? What's up, beaters? Chapter 2 won the book giveaway from Hustle Flips. Very nice. What's up, Unique? Chapter 2. Do you have my book already or no? That's a good giveaway. Shout out to Hustle Flips. Shout out to Flips. What other questions we got, y'all? I feel like I've done a pretty good job of going over shipping. Do you still do your one-on-ones? I do. Good. I'm glad you did chapter 2. You have shipping questions too? I love you too, Cornerstone. What is your shipping questions, Bam? What is your marketing strategy? Well, I mean, I guess I have several. I mean, one of my best marketing strategies was this. And I might be being biased here, but I do believe it's one of the most well-known things on this app. These 3 letters right here. How many times have you gone into a show and you see this? And I'm not even there. That's pretty good marketing. Okay. How long did it take you to go live? I mean, when I heard about Whatnot, I was a seller before I was a buyer. I sold stuff way before I bought stuff. Somebody told me about Whatnot. I was doing eBay full time, and I signed up, and I kind of like watched a few shows and wasn't really sure about it, and scheduled my first show. It was a complete flop. I didn't sell not one thing on my first show. And then on my second show, I think I sold maybe 1 or 2 items. Show 3, 4, 5, and 6 didn't really sell much. I didn't know anybody. I had 0 followers starting. I had no social media. Didn't really know much about the app, but I kept telling myself, if I just keep trying this, I think something's good's going to come out of this. I think this is going to work. And I was trying to start thinking outside the box and switching things up. I knew I had to separate myself from everybody else because I didn't want to be in the same crowd as everyone. And then there was my first breakthrough was a show that I did where I just started everything for $1. And I sold a really good amount of stuff. And I was like, holy shit, hold on a second. Maybe I shouldn't start stuff for $5 and $10 and $15. Maybe everybody here is trying to get a good deal. And that's when I started removing the emotional attachment to my items and a price that I thought I had to have. And I just let the free market choose what price it is valued at on every single auction. And so I think that really helped me. That was one of the biggest things that I really first started doing was removing the price that you had to have, because a lot of people were coming onto Whatnot and they were starting things for $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 or whatever. Like, hey, this is going on eBay for $100, so I got to get $40 for it. And I was like, screw that. No, I'm going to start it for $4 or $5 and see where it goes. And then I was one of the first people to start doing blind live unboxings in the storage unit category. A lot of the times people would go buy storage units and they would cherry pick some of their better items and put them on eBay, and they would run their mediocre items to their like dead pile and shit on whatnot. And then I started coming in and I would buy storage units. I wouldn't go through anything, and I would do live unboxings right on the screen with everybody. And we would all just laugh together, get grossed out together. We would find a dildo, a gun, just gold, silver, diamonds, found a Rolex. I ran it for $1. So I think that was a really big breakthrough because everybody else was still cherry picking. And I was like one of the first pioneers to start doing like blind live unboxings. And I really started going from like 20, 25 people in my shows to like 40 to 50 people when I started doing that. And then other sellers who were buying storage units were coming into my room and seeing how much I was selling and seeing the energy, and that it was not only not only was I making money, but people were enjoying the show, just like genuinely coming in and treasure hunting. And they started doing the same thing as well. And people started doing really well with the blind live unboxing. So I think that really helped out as well. And then I just started being really consistent. I started picking a day and a time to go live and never making an excuse for why I couldn't go live. And so the consistency, thinking outside the box, doing things differently from other people. And I like doing things that most people wouldn't do. Like, oh my God, I don't want to do that because that's crazy. No, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to do this stuff that people think is fucking crazy and outside the box and to get attention. Like when we found the Rolex that one time, everybody was like, Corey, do not sell this on whatnot. That is worth like $2,000. You can get a lot of money for that. And my first thought was I'm going to get a lot of street credit for this shit. And a lot of people are going to be talking about it. And a lot more people are going to come into my shows. And I'm going to make more money over a long period of time rather than just take this off of my whatnot show and go make, $2,000 on it. So that's what I did. I sold a Rolex. We started it for $1. It sold for $650, and it was talked about for quite a while. Have you ever tried free shipping? I have not, but I know two people in my show that have. Thrift has, and she's gotten amazing results. Yeah, I've given away 2 cruises and a trip to Cabo San Lucas. That was crazy. That was crazy. What's up, AR Supply? I know a seller that has your book and she swears by it. I have to get one? Well, then get one. Here, I'll run a flash sale on it for you. Look, y'all. This book, if you read this book and just apply the information in this book, you're gonna do pretty well, okay? Now, let me just here. I'll run a flash sale for like 20 or 30 minutes so everybody can have it. Look, you can read this book. Okay, I got the flash sale going below if you want it. But if you don't apply the methods and the information, you're not going to do anything. You can't just read the book and just be like, okay, I'm going to make 6 figures. No, you got to actually like do the shit, okay? You got to apply it. Now, the book is very easy to read. Very easy to read. A first grader could read this book. You don't have to be like a fucking college graduate to read this book, y'all. It's very easy. I'm a person that doesn't really like reading books, and I can read this book and still pay attention to it, okay? It's very easy to read. Some people say it's like you could read it in 2 hours. For me, it would take me like a day or two because I would probably not, I would just wouldn't be able to pay attention and read it all. But reading the book is one thing, but I think some of the other things that you need to make sure that you're doing is having discipline and having a strong mindset of what you want to accomplish and what your goals are to get to 6 figures, right? So you can't just read the book and then like half-ass stuff, okay? Like you really have to be committed to what you're doing. And when you're your own boss and you own your own business, discipline is extremely important. You have to be disciplined day in and day out and not give excuses for why you want to cut corners or why you can't go live, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Oh, well, my stomach hurts, or I just not feeling good, or Kelbell Beezy was talking shit about me to somebody else, and I can't believe her. She has her OnlyFans channel. She's such a bitch. She thinks she's so good and above everyone else. And I can't believe she didn't invite me to her fucking train raid. So I'm not going live tomorrow. I don't want anybody coming into my room and talking shit about me. Like, all that stuff has to get rid of that mindset and that little first grade, second grade, kindergarten ass shit. Okay. Focus on you. Be fucking laser focused. Lock the fuck in. And don't worry about what anybody thinks or says about you. Lock the fuck in and do you. Turn off the TVs and the social medias and the distractions, the self-entertainment that has you occupied for hours upon hours each day. Turn all that shit off and lock in for 6 months, and you will see major results. Invest in yourself, right? Chain. Are you guys home yet, Wes? True story. Yeah, good. I'm glad you made it home safe. Do you remember co-hosting us? We were just starting. You helped us tremendously. I'm glad whatever I did to help you, I'm glad I helped you. But you know what, Mayflower? I don't want to be taking any of that credit. Like, I don't like taking credit for other people's success. Okay, that is on you. You got this information, you got the knowledge, and you applied it. You were disciplined. You were dedicated. You sacrificed time that you could have been doing something else, and you applied the time into your business. So I just gave you information. You did all the work. What is your ideal number of shows per week? How much ever inventory allows you. And then also you want to make sure that you're shipping out your show before you start another show. So if you're very new to this, I would say 2 times a week. That way you can have time to ship out and prepare for your next show. If you're pretty good at shipping, maybe try 3 times a week. If you're fucking like a sensei, black belt, 3rd degree like me, then you can do shows every freaking day.
1 a month.
Yeah, if you're like Dana, 1 a year.